Hey, 8th grade. This is Hollenbeck here, and I'm on page 59, ready to start lesson 15. Our first word, and I'm not gonna lie, um, these words are a little tougher. All right, they're high school words, 11th grade words. Acquiesce. Acquiesce is a verb. Okay. I'm not saying you haven't heard these words before. No, they're just a little more challenging. Acquiesce is a verb. You've heard it in Pirates of the Caribbean. I'll acquiesce to your request. It means you give a silent and usually reluctant agreement. Okay. If you can see no other way, and you know your hands are tied here, you have to agree. You generally would acquiesce. That's an acquiesce. That's to acquiesce. Okay. It's a verb. Now, there are a couple that are kind of close together. 2 and 3, altercation and assail. Okay. So let's take a look at altercation. An altercation is a noun. All right. And this is usually a heated argument, not a fist fight, all right, but a war of words. And so an argument, a heated argument, all right. Now, the third word, assail, that's the verb. If you assail someone with a bunch of accusations, like you come in and you start attacking them with words and accusations and mean statements, all right, derogatory statements, then you might get into an altercation. Okay. If somebody assails you and starts accusing you of all this stuff, you might start arguing back, and then you get into an altercation. Okay? Do you see how those are kind of close together? Beleaguer. Beleaguer is a verb. All right? You might, beleaguer means to kind of surround and just keep on bombarding with questions or demands for attention to the point of harassing someone. Sometimes fans beleaguer a celebrity, or reporters or the paparazzi might beleaguer the celebrity by surrounding them with the photography and shouting questions at them. They might beleaguer them with questions. Okay? Sometimes a teacher might be beleaguered with questions after school. All right? That's happened to me. I'm supposed to be out for car duty, and I have other teachers asking me questions, students asking me questions. It's like, I'm being beleaguered. Okay? Now, it's not an altercation because I'm not arguing. Okay? Can this beleaguering turn into an altercation? Yes. Okay? Now, and to beleaguer, it doesn't have to be negative. Like I don't feel, it's a negative thing if I'm beleaguered with questions after school. Okay. It's not like to assail someone. Assail is definitely stronger. Okay. And has more negative connotations. Brunt. Brunt is a noun. And when we get into Act 3 of Henry V, if ever that day comes, it's that particular act is on the attack of Harfleur, the port city of Harfleur. Now, typically the front gate, the massive drawbridge thing, would get the brunt of the attack. That's where the majority of people attack. All right. If the enemy thinks it's the weakest spot, that weak spot would get the brunt of the attack. Okay. Let's put this in maybe another scenario. You're playing a volleyball team, and you find a person that can't return the serves. That person is going to get the brunt of the attack, right? You can keep serving to that girl, okay? Or you should, okay? She would get the brunt of the attack, the main force of the attack, okay? That's brunt. Deprecate. Deprecate means to, it's a verb, to deprecate. You insult someone, you belittle someone, you attack, perhaps, you attack, knock something off my couch. You point out negative aspects of something or someone, okay, to deprecate their reputation, okay, to bring down, or to show, disapproval of something, or just to criticize. That's probably the best. To deprecate, to criticize. Okay. Let's see my next word here. Palliate. Palliate. It's how it's pronounced. Palliate is a verb. To palliate is to give some sort of aid and relief without curing it. All right. So, for instance, let's say you get a cut or something, and on the way to get stitches or whatever, we might put something cool and a bandage to palliate, and also to staunch the bleeding. But to palliate, if you burn your hand, you might put ice or aloe to palliate. When I had some skin cancer treatments, I had to put this cool aloe vera stuff in the refrigerator, and then I put that on my face. Now, it wouldn't cure, but it would relieve some of the symptoms. All right, not a cure, but relieve some of the symptoms. Okay, from that treatment and the consequence of that treatment. All right. Our next word is flanks. Flanks, you've heard of them in movie Flanks of Soldiers. Okay, those are uniformed lines of soldiers. Okay, in World War II movies with Hitler, his flanks of soldiers, you could see him marching and doing their goose step sort of thing. All right, those are flanks. Flanks can also be flanks could also be a group that like a flanks of teenage girls over there. They're unified. They're on a mission. Okay, could be that group is selling the hoedown tickets, or the the Bobcat Roundup tickets. Yeah. Okay. Predecessor. Predecessor, this is a person noun, and pre means before. So basically, this is the person that came before you in a certain occupation or certain role. Okay, so my predecessor, that way back when, 11 years, what was her name? Oh, Miss Caddo, remember, had her in 7th grade, and then I had Miss Caddo when she was in 8th grade. Mr. Breitert was Miss Freitag's or Mr. Schoaf's predecessor. Okay, he was first in that position. Okay, so anybody who came first or came before the person who is currently holding that position would be the predecessor. Okay, and the last word is redress. Redress is a verb. Redress, because we have that, let's break it up. The means again, and dress is just a shortened for word for address. So if we redress it, we're going to look back at the situation or problem and address it again. All right, we're going to revisit the problem and see if we can use a different solution to fix it. All right. Let's say that 2 students are having issues and we address the problem. All right. We move them to different parts of the room. All right. Something else occurs on the playground. Then we would redress the situation and see if we could use another situation or another solution, find another solution to that problem. All right. Trying to go back and correct it again. Okay. I forget where I saw this, but I saw 2 little kids, I think little siblings, and they had this big old gigantic T-shirt on, and one of them, they're both in it, and both heads through the head whole thing, and then each of them had an arm out, one of the arms, but on the shirt it was the Get Along shirt. They weren't getting along, so they were forced, they had to spend a bunch of time together and hook together in this shirt. It was kind of funny. That's one way to redress a problem, huh? Let's see. 33 is the page. I'm looking. Yep, it is. Okay. I'm looking. Nothing too funky. Nothing too weird. Number 1, altercation is a noun, quarrel is a noun. There was a rather loud altercation out in the hall. There was a rather loud quarrel out in the hall. Number 2, assail is a verb, confront is a verb. All right, so we have 3 choices. Now, to confront somebody on with something, you know, that's kind of here, but if you go in attacking with words, yeah, that ups the ante a little bit, right? So that should help you figure out the relationship. Number 3, brunt is a noun, attack is a noun. All right, I know it's talking about an attack because all my choices, A through E, the second word, they're all nouns. So attack has to be a noun too. So I have a noun and a noun. All right, so the brunt, think about our volleyball players and the person in position 6, okay? They're all receiving the attack, but if number 6 can't get the ball back, boy, that's who we're going to, right? She's going to get the brunt of that whole attack, okay? Hopefully that helps. Number 4, bulwark is a word that we'll be learning about in lesson 16? Yeah, 16. Bulwark is a noun. Fortress is a noun. That's very, what I described about Henry V, the bulwark is that usually that front gate, it's usually the strongest, it's strong there, and the fortress is the whole thing, right? Okay. Number 5, heinous is an adjective, bad is an adjective. So, would you rather receive a heinous grade on your report card or a bad grade on your report card? Okay. Hitler's actions would be considered heinous. Hitler's actions would be considered bad. Okay. Hopefully that helps you. And number 6. Insidious is a word in chapter 6 or lesson 16 is an adjective. Straightforward is an adjective. Okay. Insidious. That is secretive. If you have an insidious sort of, well, some diseases are insidious. They sneak up on you, all right? You don't realize you have them, until all of a sudden you have all the symptoms, and that's that, all right? So some diseases are insidious. Some attacks or some strategic plans can be for military can be insidious. They're secretive. That movie. Well, no, I can't use that. Because insidious is usually meant to harm. It's like a secret attack. Okay. So that should really give it away on number 6. Number 7, invidious is also an adjective. Offensive is an adjective. All the insults, all the degradations that were slung at me were invidious. All the insults that were slung at me were offensive. Okay. Number 8, martyr is a person noun, suffer is a verb. Okay. Person noun, verb. Number 9, flanks is a noun, soldier is a noun. We have 3 of this same relationship. Usually we don't see it, but now this lesson we get 3, so hopefully that'll help you. Think about number 3 and number 4. And number 10, repression is a noun. Freedom is a noun. Now, repress is a verb. If we didn't have it, maybe it was in 7th grade, but now you get the noun form, repression. If you repress some information, you hold it in, you push it down, you are like enslaved to this information or this memory or this this situation. Something is repressing, it enslaves you. All right, it forces itself on you, and you feel enslaved to it. Okay. Some people feel repressed, or they're having a repression. They're repression because of financial situations, maybe. Okay. And then freedom is a noun. All right. So hopefully that helped you. Okay.